Okay, so today we're diving into something pretty huge. It's an ecosystem that's trying to completely flip the script on how we think about the internet and, our own personal data. It's a three-part system: Jasmy, Junction, and Enkai. And the goal? Well, it's nothing short of building a whole new digital economy from the ground up.
But, to really get why this all matters, you have to start with a really simple but massive question. What do you think is the single most valuable resource in the world right now?
And no, it's not oil, it's not gold, it's our data. Think about it. Every single click, every search, every like, it's all creating this incredibly valuable resource. This stuff fuels trillion-dollar companies. And the crazy part? The people who actually create all that value, that's you, that's me, we don't own a single bite of it.
And that right there brings us to this huge philosophical split. You've probably heard the saying about the internet we use today, right? If the service is free, you are the product. Your data is literally what's on the auction block. Well, the whole vision we're talking about today takes that idea and just throws it out the window. It's built on one simple but totally revolutionary principle. You own your data, period.
Okay, so this whole new vision rests on three main pillars. Let's break them down. We've got to start with the bedrock, the foundation that everything else is built on: owning your data. And that's where the Jasmy Foundation comes in.
So what is Jasmy? Well, at a technical level, it's an ERC20 token on the Ethereum blockchain. But don't get hung up on that. Its job isn't to be some super fast payment coin. A better way to think about it is like a digital keymaster, or maybe a super secure digital notary. It's this security layer that basically handles all the permissions and makes absolutely sure that you and only you are in the driver's seat when it comes to your own information.
And this is how they actually do it. It's called a personal data locker, and it's a really clever three-step process. First, your data gets encrypted right there on your own device, your phone, your computer, before it goes anywhere. Step 2, that now scrambled file is stored on a decentralized network. Think of it like a network with no single point of failure, not on some company's giant server. And finally, step 3, a unique, tamper-proof fingerprint of that file gets recorded on the Ethereum blockchain. It's like a permanent, unhackable receipt that proves it's yours and it hasn't been messed with. The whole thing is just incredibly secure and private.
And look, this isn't just some white paper idea or a coming soon project. This is already out in the wild, being used by some absolute giants in Japan. We're talking Toyota using it to manage data from self-driving cars, Panasonic building an entire IoT platform with it, and Transcosmos, they used it to lock down data for 21,000 remote employees. So yeah, this tech is battle-tested at the enterprise level.
All right, that brings us to pillar number 2. So you've got control of your data, that's awesome. But the next big question is, how do you actually create value with it? How do you make this new economy work for you? Well, that's exactly what the Junction engine is for.
Think of Junction as like an Airbnb for your computer's brain. Seriously, all those high-powered gaming PCs and servers out there, most of the time they're just sitting there not doing much. Junction creates a marketplace where you can rent out that idle GPU or CPU power to people who desperately need it, like researchers training AI models or animators rendering a film. And what do you get in return? A real stream of passive income. It's basically creating a massive, decentralized competitor to giants like Amazon Web Services, powered by us.
Okay, now, this is where things get really, really interesting. Let's talk numbers. Take a look at these estimates for potential earnings. Just look at that NVIDIA RTX 4090 row. We're talking about a potential for over $36,000 in a single year from one graphics card just being plugged into the network. That's insane.
Yeah, let that sink in. A popular card from the last generation, the 3090, could potentially pull in almost 30 grand a year. This completely changes the game. Your hardware goes from being just an expense, something you bought to play games, into a legitimate, income-producing asset. It's working for you.
Okay, so let's recap. We've got data ownership with Jasmy. We've got a way to create value with our hardware through Junction. But how do you get this thing to grow? How do you spread the word? That's the job of the third and final pillar, a social and economic network called the Enkai system.
Enkai is basically the growth engine. It's designed to be this kind of lifestyle business that gives people real incentives to bring more users into the network. It has a hybrid affiliate system, so you can earn from your direct referrals and their referrals too. Plus, it has built-in tools to help you document your business activities, which could be great for taxes. And here's the kicker. It all loops back to Jasmy, so all of your sensitive business data stays completely private.
For example, one of the really clever features is how it's set up to help you document everything you need for business expenses. You know, the classic 5 W's and an H: who, what, where, when, why, and how much. This gives you a super clean, auditable record of all your networking, which can be a massive plus come tax time.
And this is so important. This is where it all comes together. Unlike pretty much every other networking platform out there, all of your data in Enkai, your contacts, your receipts, all of it, is locked away in your personal Jasmy data locker. It's never seen, it's never sold, it's never analyzed by some third party. Your business intelligence stays exactly that, yours.
All right, so you've seen the three pieces: Jasmy, Junction, and Enkai. But how do they all fit together? How do they create this self-reinforcing loop? Let's connect the dots real quick.
It all starts with one thing: trust. That's Jasmy's job. Without that rock-solid guarantee that your data is safe and truly yours, nobody would even think about joining. It's the non-negotiable first step.
Then, built on that trust, you have value. That's Junction. It gives you a super clear, tangible reason to jump in. Hey, you can make actual money from the computer you already own. It's a no-brainer.
And finally, you have growth. That's Enkai. It's the engine that incentivizes everyone to spread the word, to grow the network, which makes the whole thing more valuable for everybody. So you see, trust, value, and growth. Each part feeds the others. It's a really smart design.
Now, of course, a project this big, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. There are some serious challenges too. So let's take a step back and look at the whole picture, the good and the bad.
On the plus side, the strengths are pretty obvious. They've got deep ties with the Japanese government's big push into digital innovation, and, as we saw, huge companies are already using the tech. But the hurdles are just as real. I mean, you're going up against absolute monsters like Amazon Web Services and Google. And, like any crypto project, the biggest challenge might just be making all this complex tech simple enough that your average person can actually use it without a PhD.
So, what's next on the docket? Well, the roadmap is definitely ambitious. We're looking at the full mainnet launch for the Junction marketplace in 2025. Then, a huge milestone in early 2026, getting full payment authorization in Japan. That's really the key that could unlock massive growth and a true global rollout.
And that brings us right back to where we started, with that one massive question. If data really is the new oil, then who should own the wells? The entire point of this whole ecosystem, Jasmy, Junction, Enkai, all of it, is to give a very simple, very powerful answer to that question. It says those wells, the source of all that value, belong to you.